Hello everybody, this is Conquering History Games, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 and a new campaign in the Equestria at War mod. This is version Knights and Flowers 1.0.1. It has now been updated and it is available to the public. It should have already been for a couple of days by the time you guys are actually watching this. And it's time to take a trip. Well, last time we played as Equestria and then transitioned over into the Lunar Empire. Now we're going to be going over to the Griffin continent. And I'm actually not going to play any of the countries that are here. These are all, of course, perfectly fine countries. They all have their own unique focus trees and things like that. And I definitely encourage you all to play them. But I'm really trying to showcase just the really unique things or interesting kind of storylines and countries that you can play as here in the Equestria at War mod. So we're actually going to go to the other countries. Incidentally, if you recognize the music, yes, it is indeed the Crusader Kings 2 soundtrack. Again, I am not 100% sure if there's any copyrighted stuff on the new music that's in this mod, so until then I'm just going to be playing things from other Paradox games. Now, I'm going to be playing as the Arcturian Order, and I'll talk about who they are in a minute here, once we get started, because we're just going to be playing on Speed 5 for a little bit. Also, I am going to have historical AI focuses on, which I know might sound weird because it's a total map conversion mod, but the devs have said there is a historical path, and as the Arcturian Order, we are going to be isolated and just hanging out here in the north. So during some slow sections, we can go check out what the rest of the world's doing, and you'll know what, I guess, for lack of a better term, a typical game is going to look like. Anyway, let's just hop into it. Alright, first things first, let's just set up on the border here with the Dredd League, because that's what this is all about. Wait. We're going to go there, and there. Alright, we're set. Let's do some research. I'm just going to select the research and then talk about what I'm doing afterwards, because, again, we're going to have to be on Speed 5 for a while here. Take ages. Is that the only ones I can get? Yep. Okay then. Let's get to it. Or wait. Get our focus. Dockyards, but I can't build anything. Melee weapons. And for right now, let's build some infrastructure. Okay, we're going to 5 speed. So let's talk about exactly what the Arcturian Order is, and I'm actually just going to read from the dev diary, which you guys should check out if you want to know more about these mods. The dev diaries are great. The Arcturian Order, and it is Arcturian, I asked on the Discord several times. Oh, well, oh yeah, there's this little thing here, never mind. Alright, a history of the Arcturian Order, the Wardens of the North. The North, it is cold and dark and sparsely populated, upon which lies the Arcturian Order, an ancient holy order founded around the faith and ideals of 12 churches dedicated to the sanctity of the Holy Light. 1,000 years ago in the long night, necromancers came pouring from the east, large armies of undead cadavers in tow. And we lost it. We'll go back and read it. you go back and read it. I'm going to go back to the dev diary. So as it says, the Arcturian Order is a holy order of knights. They are a diverse and multicultural force consisting of mostly griffins as well as ponies, among others. The Holy Order of Arcturus follows a distinct pantheon of gods, and they have one sole purpose. They are safeguarding the world from the Dredd League and have purposely locked themselves away from the other nations around them to keep the taint of the Dredd League from spreading. That would be this country here on the peninsula. They purposely turn away traders and merchants. The few hardy souls that they do accept into their ranks are devoted to their holy cause. Often they are pilgrims or war criminals who have nowhere else to go and want to repent. So basically think of them as the Night's Watch from the A Song of Ice and Fire series. They have deliberately isolated themselves and they want to stop these whatever they ends up being, vampires, ghouls, zombies, it could depend on what the Dredd League does, are going to come pouring over the border, and you are the only ones there to stop them. And so that's all there is to it with this particular playthrough. Let me start recruiting some people. Alright, just setting some things up here. Alright, and there goes almost all our manpower already. Okay, so there's quite a few things here that I want to do. A lot of things I have to talk about. Okay, first off, the final decree of Arcturia. Action must be taken. Torg, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce this guy's name, so I'm just going to call him Tori. Tori will address the nation about the undead hordes to the east. The issue of the great enemy will finally receive the attention it deserves. Tori will see that through his decree ends with the end of the... Wait. The end of the Dredd League once and for all. Dark shadows lurk in the background. This is going to give me more stability, which is of course good, because extra stability is going to give me more factory output, less consumer good factories, and more political power gain, all of which I need. So you might notice, I've got free dark yards. I actually can't use them. I don't have any ports. So I'd have to build them, which I might do later to get some convoys. Also, right now, we're only building medieval melee weapons, because that's the only technology we have available to us. Wait, I'm just checking something here. I need more than 2 civilian factories, and I need muskets. Okay, so right now I'm researching the only two things that I can. I'm researching muskets, and I'm researching enchanted tools. As you can see, the enchanted tools are going to take years to come through. I have to research the muskets because a lot of other stuff in the tree I'm not even allowed to research until I've already done muskets. So for example, if I wanted basic infantry equipment, as you can see, it requires me to research muskets as well as pre-industrial artillery. Time for another research, or no, pardon me, another focus. And we are going to go for the bell tolls. You see our headmaster has died here. There we go. The Senate is chaos, and not one person can make heads or feathers of the situation. Headmaster Tori is dead, murdered at the hooves of a changeling from an unknown hive. The Arcturian Order mourns the loss of Tori. He was seen as an upstanding and benevolent leader. His actions always adhered to a sound moral code. The Senate must choose a new headmaster. A group within the Senate has been advocating for one William Steele Beak. That would be this guy. Whilst a group of traditionalists within the Senate have shown interest in Oswald Vind, who would be this guy. William Steele Beak was Tori's first choice, as he had all the values and characteristics that Tori saw as what the Arcturian Order needed. William is devoted to the common citizen and the well-being of the inhabitants. He understands the plight of the common Arcturian and is doing his best to answer their pleas. He even believes that anyone has the right to redemption. Even the most tainted of hearts have that right in his eyes. Oswald Vind is an Arcturian traditionalist and follows his faith by the very script they are written in. He gives no room for interpretation. The Arcturian Order is a tool against the undead hordes to the east, a bastion against the dead, nothing more. He loves the Order as much as the next Griffin does, but through deliberation and hard work, he will see through the Order's plans. Oswald Vind believes that once you tread down the dark path, the only redemption you will find is that of the bladed edge of a sword. Both men love the Order, both men will serve to their fullest, but both men have different views on what is right and what is necessary. The Senate will need deliberation over this information. Both candidates are promising, but a choice must be made. Okay, so we've done that. Now we're doing the bell tolls. Tori is dead, slain at the hooves of a foreign assassin. We must see to it that the blame for his death does not divide the people. Civil unrest. Okay, this is a civil war in the southeast. Doesn't matter to us. Anything else going on in the world doesn't matter to us right now. Anyway, civil unrest this close to the great enemy will be our undoing. All attention is drawn to the east, upon which where the Dredd League lies. Headmaster Tori would have wanted us to do this. The bell tolls for death. To death we shall go. As you can see, my stability has dropped, but this is going to bring it back up a little bit. Okay, now going back to the technology that I was talking about. To even get research pre-industrial artillery, I need to research muskets first. So I need to do that, and then I need to do that. And as you can see, so many other things already locked away for me because I need muskets before I can research electronic mechanical engineering. We've got horrifying research time negatives because we are a detached country, so we're getting the plus 800% research time. Then there's also chaos and a poor science base, so we've got a lot of things that are really hurting us right now. And let's see, if we want to get out of detached, I don't think we actually ever can get out of detached country, but we can fix our science base up a little bit. We can go to a small science base once I have more than 2 civilian factories and I have muskets and of course 40 political power. Although actually it says I have 8 civilian factories right now. What am I forgetting? One of the following must be true. All of the okay, I need the muskets. I need the muskets first. So we're gonna just save up this political power to make sure that I have 40. But right now we're getting 1 political power and a little bit of change a day. I'm still 217 days away from getting the musket, so I might as well modify my government right now. So we have a few things here. We can do civilian. We have a captain of industry. We've got a compassionate gentleman. Agnar Breakbeak here is going to give us better land fort construction speed, which might not be a bad idea because if we look to the east, the Dredd League already has possibly 13 divisions, and it looks like it along the border. We've only got 6, and we're almost out of manpower. So I'm going to need good quality troops, but more than that, I'm going to need forts. And right now, all these forts here, I think, except for this one, are just level 1s. So while that's good, it's not going to do much for me, considering the numbers that I'm going to have to be facing. So actually, speaking of numbers, I think the first thing I want to do then is we're going to go to limited conscription. So that's going to give me a little bit more pony power. Also, I've turned off the colored buttons mod. I was asked to do this by one of the devs because he said they've actually changed some things. And so you might notice the diplomacy button now is a heart. The production button, now you see the little pony hoof and the wrenches in it. And then you go over here to the army to see your overview of your divisions. It's yet another pony with a helmet, and it's got the little rifle there. So more great attention to detail on the part of the developers. Alright, let's do that. Alright, what can we give William Beak here? He can become a camouflage expert, a paratrooper, or a skirmisher. Interesting. Okay, but for the most part, we're just waiting around right now. There's not much in the way of decisions that I'm interested in. But I think I will get training everybody. We don't have much manpower, so I want every man to be as trained as possible. I want them to all be at least regulars. Alright, Equestria has already absorbed the Buffalo Chieftain, so now we know. Okay, that's a historical path for Equestria. The Kingdom of Wingbardy has put Biccolini in charge here. He's basically the Griffin Mussolini, if the name didn't clue you in. And the Griffin Revolutionary State over here is still in a civil war. Did a second civil war break out? It's an interesting country. It's definitely on my long-term to play list. Alright, but we're done with the bell tolls. It's time for the matter of succession. We must look to the future. Two successors. Okay, yeah, might as well get started. Okay. Two successors exist to take his place, Oswald Vint, the traditionalist, and William Still Beak, the man of the people. The choice must be made if we are to continue protecting these holy lands. Each successor will define the order for decades to come. Now, I'll tell you guys right now, I'm going to go the favor of the people route. And there's a couple of reasons for it. First off, look at this guy's stats. He's awesome. But secondly, there is an Easter egg, and if you guys know what the Easter egg is, I'd prefer you don't talk about it in the comments so you don't spoil it for people, but there's an Easter egg that it can be unlocked if you go down the William Steele Beak route, and that's what I want to do, so I can show it off. So that's what we're waiting for. All right, what is the problem here? Oh, right, I can't build any more. Okay, so we've got 5 Knights chapters of the Griffin Nights. The Griffin Nights are the unique unit that is available to the Griffin race, much like the ponies get access to the Pegasi and things like that. So if I go over here to Griffin Technologies, I forgot to talk about this earlier, you see here I have the Griffin Knights divisions here, and they're basically shock infantry that are better in hills and mountains, which is pretty cool. And I have some other things here, military stuff, air and navy stuff, but we're probably not going to go down here for a while. Like, is any of this going to help? Signal company stuff? Maybe, but I'm not so sure. 96 days. I'm not going to spend any of this political power, I think, because I'm going to get the -100 from the matter of succession, and the matter of succession is going to happen a little bit before the musket is done. So again, I'm just going to save up that political power, so as soon as I can switch to the small science base, which is going to give me plus 25 on my research time, which is not amazing, but it's something. Also, the military theorist is one I want to grab. So the Dredd League has 3 directions that it could go in. We're not going to talk about the Dredd League too much. Oh, they've already made their choice. So they've chosen the Society of Bones. Their leader here, Rosa Maledicta, she can essentially become she can either come at you with ghouls, with zombies, or with vampires. So I believe this is the necromancer path that she is taking. which I think is going to give her a lot of divisions. Oh yeah, you see here, recruitable population 5% she's going to get from just this focus alone. But they're not very good quality troops. The vampires are supposed to be much better. But because she's going to have so many divisions, again, this is why I'm going to need to, I'm going to need all my divisions to have some pretty nice organization. All right, let's go ahead and favor the people. So there is other things here I could be working on, such as remembrance of the past, reforming the armed forces. Actually, maybe I should snag this up real quick. Maybe just to get that recruitable population. Because I can't revitalize the economy yet until the Arcturian Order has rebuilt its economy, which I don't think happens until I get down here to a stable foundation. And all of these take 140 days each. Which one does this take? Reforming the armed forces will also take me 140 days. Let's favor the people, and then, well, because I got to think about mobilization also. Okay, so the sooner I reform the armed forces, the better, I guess. So that way I don't have to think about recruitable population for a really long time. Okay. How much longer till the muskets are done? 23 days. Okay, good. And everybody here is ready. Let's keep training some peasant levies. Just as many as we can. The good thing about having bad infantry equipment is it's really cheap. Of course, I'm going to want to make these 20 widths eventually, and really 40 widths would be nice, although I might have a limit as to how many of them I could do. See, William Beak here, he's a skill level 5 in supply consumption, so that's giving him a minus 12.5% on supply consumption, and then Commando gives him minus 50% on the out of supply, so there's some good bonuses there. Let's also get that artillery on its way. Okay, and we can move up to the small science base. It's not much, but it's something. And we're not really going to be able to ever move to the develop or the substantial science base. These require us to actually own particular cities in the world, and we're nowhere near them. Okay, but now, no more melee weapons. We can start upgrading to muskets that can actually get guns. Now, how's my construction going? Bad. You see, right now, it's going to take about a year before I can even get another piece of infrastructure right here. So my civilian factories are essentially completely irrelevant. Okay, what is the problem here? Oh, missing pony power. All right, let's delete that. That. Okay. So this is 11. 11 going to go in here. That's going to give me the 20 divisions. I'd like to get 24 at least. Of course, I want even more than that. So we're going to also grab our military theorist here pretty fast so that I can start getting some daily army experience and I can modify the divisions faster. It might be nice if I can get some artillery, but I think artillery is going to be a luxury I can't afford. And I really can't do anything until I revitalize my economy. Once I've revitalized the economy and I get all these bonuses here, I can actually start to maybe build some forts. I'm not trying to get level 10 forts here or anything. I don't think it's going to be possible. And I do want to keep a little bit of an eye on the Dredd League. I think the Dredd League, they attack me here. Yeah, this is called the Black Crusade. That's where they're going to actually declare war. So a lot of their focuses, not a lot of them, but this one takes a fair amount of time. It's 140 days, and they're nowhere near it anyway. But once they get close, I have to make sure that I'm ready. Okay, good. We're done reforming the armed forces. Now we're just going to go until the stable foundations. Alright, keep training. I do have a division on every tile now. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiles that I need to defend. I don't think they're going to do a naval invasion. Yeah, they have no ships, no air force at all. Boy, it would be nice if I can get an air force. I would only need like 10 planes to get the air superiority. But I don't think it's going to happen. Not with research times like this. See, to research this, I need basic infantry equipment. So I then need to go after this, which I'm not allowed to do until I have the pre-industrial artillery. And I don't think I can ever get another research slot. I'm pretty sure I don't. And some of these focuses, they're just so horrible to go through. So for example here, I need to take Remembrance of the Past before I can start coming down here. But that takes 140 days and it's only going to give me 10 army experience. So really, really awful stuff. Alright, how's everybody looking? Great. They're looking good. Looking real good. Okay, and we can start to increase their size a bit now. Start making our way towards the 20 widths. So I've got 8 tiles to cover. So I suppose ideally I'd want the full 24 in this army so that I can wait, whoops, let's bring you over here. The full 24 in this army so that I could have 3 on each tile. It'd be good if I can get to 40 width divisions, because then I can have 2 fighting at any given time and then 1 recovering or waiting to reinforce, and it could create a good sort of a cycle there. But we'll see. I'll just do as best I can. War support is pretty low. Yeah, actually, if it wasn't for the Holy Order effect, I'd be in quite a tough spot. Actually, I didn't even talk about the national spirit. So right now, we have the Holy Order national spirit, which gives us more democracy support, more war support, and more daily political power gain. Oh, just a moment here. What do I want to get next? Captain of Industry. Captain of Industry might be good. Or maybe instead I should focus on my army. Army morale. Oh, infantry equipment. Yeah. Okay, anyway, back to what I was saying. I just noticed that the Senate is not aligned and is fairly strong. Alright. The People's Choice. Having favored the people over the Senate's drive to keep tradition, the populace has started supporting William Steele Beak as the candidate for Tory's replacement. The Senate is being pressured into electing William or be faced with unneeded civil rest. Arcturian traditions will still be preserved, so this is going to give me 50 political power and a plus 20% on the harmony, which should just about eliminate the Senate mandate. Okay, now, can I build Griffins again? No. Not yet. Alright, but we're gonna get training here. So 40 width divisions, maybe with a little bit of artillery. Some support equipment would be pretty sweet. What's it going to take for me to research that? Oh, I can do that now. Let's swing over now. What are we waiting for? Yeah. Previously saved research. Let's see. How many more days are there for this? 546. I really would like to get those engineers. Might be out of luck, though. Alright, at least we've got 16. We're looking good. Oh, they're working on armored skeletons. Infantry division defense plus 10%. So they got marching army, monthly population. They're gonna get something for the aircraft. Okay. See, because I do have a nice amount of factories. I could build other stuff. Not very much of it, though. Very good. So what's going on in the rest of the world? Let's see. Equestria is working on its industry. Stalingrad went with Vasily. The Changelings looks like they're about to peacefully integrate this kingdom. Let's see how well that goes. Nova Griffonia is broken apart. There's this country of Virgilia. I haven't played as them yet. I haven't checked them out. And now the Changelings have gone to war. So we're gonna start seeing some tension rising here in the world. I don't think this is gonna go well for them. Wow, look at how fast the Changelings are moving. That's crazy. How about the Griffins? Who did they go with? Okay, so they went the religious route, basically. So that's the historical path, huh? Alright, how are these guys doing? They're all set. Except we're going to keep increasing their size. Alright, People's Choice is done. What's next? The Senate deliberates. All 1% of them. The Senate is being pressured by the people to favor William Steele Beak. An effort can be made to force the Senate to consider him as the next headmaster, as William is liked among the military. This action would greatly improve their outlook on life. Let's take a look at some of these other branches here. So we could do Remembrance of the Past, and then Upon Which the Dead Do Not Cross. Wait a minute, before I forget. I probably should assign some things here. Army morale's pretty good, but I don't think I need it for a little bit. So maybe Captain of Industry should be the way to go. Or no, gonna grab the Fortification Engineer. I'd like at least level 3s right here. I think 3s would be enough. Let's queue things up for the day when these are eventually done. I just realized that I don't even have any air bases. I'm pretty sure I don't. Yeah, I have no air bases, so I'd have to build one. Oh, good. The pre-industrial artillery is finally done. So now I need to ask myself, do I want to... Wait, why can't I do the fighters? Right, basic infantry equipment. I could do basic infantry equipment right now. That would take me 1,248 days. So actually, on second thought, I think it's going to be better for me if I do support equipment, although then engineering companies are going to take ages as well. Taking the risk. If I could get engineers in these divisions, I just don't see how I could possibly lose. And we finally hit 20 width. Time to also start working on some artillery. I think that's a good ratio right there. Okay, what's next? Tank designers, Chief of Air Force, High Command, industrial concerns, no. Infrastructure speed. I could go to partial mobilization. How many factories would that even give me? What, 1 or 2? Could make the difference though. Sure, we'll do it. We're gonna go, okay, partial mobilization. That gave me, what, two civilian factories? Okay, that's something. It almost doubled my capacity for building them. I mean, for building things. Still can't build any more night chapters. These 5 are all we got. Alright, what's the composition of these skeleton soldiers? They are all just infantry. I'm not seeing any sort of artillery in there. Alright, so once I get to 10 army experience, I'll incorporate the artillery support. I'm building pretty quick. Alright, now, upon which the dead do not cross would give me a 20% construction speed for my land forts. If I close the gates of Tarpeian, gives me more defense, organization, and entrenchment. That sounds pretty good, but what if I open the gates? In the days of old, we could afford to turn away those who sought to journey to the holy lands of Arcturia. So I can allow people in. It increases my monthly population and their recovery rate. I have to get both of these if I want to take in the grace of the divine, no matter what. What's this for glory? Consecrated home, for the order, for the faith. Some interesting things here. All right, what do we got here? The word of law. This is going to give me 20 army experience, or I could do power of the people. 2 civilian factories? Don't mind if I do. The citizens of the Arcturian Order deserve better infrastructure and employment. In an effort to further modernize the Holy Order, William, in conjunction with the Senate, will put forth plans to improve the lives of their people. The future is looking bright for the citizens of Arcturia. Alright, what's going on over in the Dredd League? You see, they're gonna have planes, and I'm not. That stinks. That's horrible. Flying skeletons, oh my, indeed. But exponential necromancy. She's moving quick. She's moving really quick. She's going right for it. She's not even doing any of these other things. At least I don't think she is. She's moving very fast. Alright. Need to modify the government again. Still working on that. I probably should get the army morale now. Yeah, army morale is going to be the way to go. How about you guys? Are you ready? Okay. Alright. Let's support artillery. Doesn't give much more soft attack, does it? But it is something at least. Alright. How am I doing though? Okay, I've got plenty. I'm reinforcing. I still have a surplus. Very good. Very nice. Still 703 days away from the support equipment though. Should I just abandon these enchanted tools? It's only a 5% construction rate. Yeah, I think I made a pretty big mistake not doing this. Let's... Basic infantry equipment. It's all bad. All of it's so bad. Okay. I would like this upon which the dead do not cross, but I don't think I can get it in time. Not before they attack me. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm paused. I guess the idea is just going to be that I need to hold until I can build up my industry. How many factories do they have? Well, they've only got 6, so they're going to run out of equipment, and then they're just going to be skeletons that are banging their heads against the wall. Let's start spending some of these defense points. I don't think defensive doctrine is going to help me very much right now. I don't have any entrench. Well, I hope to eventually. Let's just give it to him. All right, and you. This camouflage expert's not really doing it for me. On the other hand, they're going to have planes, and I won't. Skirmisher could be good. Yeah, I like that. Let's get the skirmisher. Alright, let's see. We've got 10. I need 4 more of these divisions. Okay, on this episode, once this is full, I think. A couple of decisions, promises of peace. That's a bad idea. Military training, army experience 10. No. No. How's the construction going? Am I losing factories again? Why do I only have 4? I thought I had more than that. I'm wondering if I open the gates, would that let me no longer be a detached country? Probably not. Let's see. The Undead Menace gain base war support plus 30%. Arcturian Order declares war on the Dredd League. Gains impending doom, the Dread Tide, which grants plus 10% defense and land fort construction speed. Whoops. Plus 75% for 200 days. Okay, finally we're going to elect a new headmaster. The time has come to elect the new headmaster. William Steele Beak is the only viable candidate. He is a man of the people and believes that anyone can better themselves. His devotion to the people of Arcturia is greater than his devotion to tradition. Much will change with the election of William. So this is going to lower my organization, which is unfortunate. It's going to give me more consumer good factories, so much for partial mobilization, but minus 20% research time. Pardon me. Bigger base war support, so that's good. I'm going to be defending core territory. And I'll have a production efficiency retention of plus 10%, which I guess is good whenever that magical day arrives when I can actually use basic infantry equipment. Alright, dare we go to extensive conscription? Or should I focus on our recovery rate instead? Captain of Industry. No, no. Can I change this? Ooh, I could go to free trade. More factory output. No, 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 no. Let's get that. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to work. Senate is still at 7%. Okay. We're short on infantry equipment right now. But at least I'm going to have the 24 I want. Send those ghouls to school. Okay, good. They're taking care of some of these things. So they're not attacking us just yet. Oh, they also need to take Undying Loyalty. Alright. Good. Good. That's going to definitely buy me time. And time is what I need. How many divisions are they at right now? Ugh, 39. Actually, that's pretty good. I've got a little over half of what they'd have, and I'm pretty sure that I've got better divisions than they do. In fact, with this little detour that they're taking, I just might be able to... oh, I'm out of pony power. I was about to say that I just might be able to get some engineers in my army after all. This was a mistake, the enchanted tools. Although, maybe it'll turn out to be a good thing with the repair speed as they begin to wear down my forts. How long would this fort take right now? This would take a couple of months still. I'd rather keep investing in the infrastructure. Plus, it's giving me more resources, which is sort of helping me. I'm getting one factory from trade. Alright, new economic plan. We're going to do that next time, but once I'm done there, we can do new economic plan into revitalizing the economy and start taking care of all this other stuff. Now, I could declare war when I want, but I just don't see the reason to. So, stable foundations, then it'll be time to work on these branches. Thanks for joining me. I hope to see you in the next episode of the Arcturian Order campaign. And we'll probably, at some point in that episode, actually go to war. Thanks for your time. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you then. Bye.